Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call, and the doors will be closing soon.
Hey everybody, welcome and thank you for joining us. You've climbed on board the monorail for number 14. That's right, episode number
14.
That's good stuff.
Before we continue on, maybe we should explain why we 13.
13.
What's the nightmare that it was?
It was a disaster. Just getting done and getting it posted. Everything that could go wrong in a week. Because we've been trying to do 2 episodes a week.
Right.
2, moderate length.
Our Tuesday-Friday schedule
Tuesday, Fridays.
was destroyed.
And there was nothing we could do about it.
Unlucky 13 got us big time.
I had a family funeral to go to that week.
Right.
And then we had calling hours for a coworker of my wife's, and my son's had calling hours to go to.
You had a very rough week.
It was interesting at the Scott House.
Very rough. And our condolences go out to you and your family for
thank you very much.
the problems that you had. That was too bad.
But and then just getting together to record it, we just kind of, for some reason that work thing would get in the way.
Oh, I try not to work.
That shows. Oh, come on.
All right then.
Heyo.
So, hey, let's give some shout outs.
Let's bring them on.
We got a nice shout out from on Twitter from Disney Dreamer. They said they just listened to 15 minutes of it, whatever it is.
I don't know.
I'm not sure if they're listening to our show.
It might have been Manjula.
They said it's really good. So thanks for listening there.
Thanks for the kind words.
And yeah, we really do appreciate all the kind words. So.
Let us know how you like it when you get past the first 15 minutes.
Well, apparently they just turned it off after that, so that's enough. I don't need to listen to these guys anymore. And then also, I just want to throw a shout out to the Dueling Seans.
Yes.
And
they're spelled the same way, too.
Yes. And the Lonely Craig.
Aww.
On our Facebook page, they are fighting out. The topic was you only have one day to spend at Walt Disney World.
Yes.
And what do you do? And they threw out some great stuff. Sean W. says spend 13 hours at Magic Kingdom at the welcome party. Sean D. says go for the gold, 4 parks, 1 day.
Yes.
And you must do at least 4 attractions in each park and a snack in each park.
I like the idea. I do like it.
That. I have done the commando style 4 parks in 1 day. It's possible, but man, is it exhausting.
Yes, yes.
But then if you're going on a cruise afterwards, what do you care?
Right. And that's going to be our dilemma, because that's what's happening with us this summer.
Oh, that's right.
We weren't going to do the park thing. I threw this on the Facebook page, so...
You're trying to get some ideas.
We're trying to get some ideas. We're leaning Magic Kingdom, of course, at least as one.
Right.
And my daughter loves Epcot, though. You would think Magic Kingdom,
yeah,
being the girl, but she enjoys her Epcot.
My daughter as well. Epcot is her favorite. She loves touring the countries and sampling the foods. And
so we got that 1 day. So we're deciding, should we go with the 1 day ticket and add the park hopper onto it? Because that's an expensive 1 day ticket.
Yes, it is.
Do we splurge for like a 10-day non-expiring while they're still available and just bank it? We don't know yet.
Yeah, that's the one nice thing about those 10-day non-expiration. I know you've done that in the past.
We've done that a couple times.
And that's worked out great for you.
And let me tell you, if Disney does, because the rumors are they're getting rid of the non-expiring tickets.
Oh, I know.
I will be upset. Because, we're like 1,000 miles away.
Right.
So we're like 16-hour drive, so probably 17 for you.
Yep.
And that's almost like our annual pass.
Yeah.
Because it's hard for us to get down there 2 times within the same calendar year, 12 months.
Right.
But, make it 13 or 14 months, that we could usually swing.
Exactly.
So an annual pass for us doesn't make sense, generally.
Right.
But, that 10-day non-expiring, we could usually squeeze 2-3 trips out of there.
Yeah, you can get at least 3 trips out of something like that. Because you got 4 days and then 4 days, and then you go down for a long weekend or something, and you're good. So.
Yeah, because if we can't buy the 10-day pass and just have a couple of days banked, there's a chance we might not throw together a last second, we got a couple days to burn park tickets, right. Let's just go.
Right. So then the 10-day tickets, I don't know. There's not a lot of folks that are going to be spending 2 weeks at Walt Disney World.
Right.
Except, of course, our friends in the UK.
And it's not 14 days to them.
What is it?
It's a fortnight.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. We try to squeeze that in on every episode.
I'm learning so much since we've started this podcast. It is amazing.
And they're just across the pond.
They are. They're just right over there.
Not Lake Erie Pond, like the big pond.
We got a pond here, but on the other side they speak French. Weird.
Or English, which we don't speak here either. So
no, oh no, we speak American.
American. Yeehaw.
So our topic today. I have a friend.
He's lying.
They're going down to Walt Disney World here in the next week or so, and they have 3 days that they can spend at the parks. Then they're going on a cruise, not a Disney cruise, but a cruise. So they want to know, what can we do in 3 days at Walt Disney World? What do we want to see?
Okay.
What can we avoid? What parks can we go to? We've got to give them, in the 20 minutes that we have,
All right.
just a quick overview of some of the things that they can see and some that they can just skip.
How many kids?
2 kids, roughly ages 11 and 6.
Oh, that's a good age. Those are good ages.
Those are great ages because they can mostly ride just about everything, I would guess.
Right.
I don't know the heights of the kids, but
They should be pretty good.
Probably ride everything, yeah. So go ahead. What do you think? What park do they have to go to?
Well, I'll go with the no-brainer. Magic Kingdom.
You got to go Magic.
You got to go to the Magic Kingdom.
Especially with the new Fantasyland expansion.
I'm sorry, you say boys or girls?
A boy and a girl.
Perfect.
So, yeah, and the girl is in the 11-year-old area, so that's going to be perfect for her.
Yes.
She's going to love that. You got to do the Be Our Guest restaurant.
I hope they can get in.
Little Gaston's.
Little LeFou's Brew.
God bless you.
Thank you. And the recipe, I wish I had the thing I got from a friend on Twitter.
Oh.
They put a link to a page on there, and I think I might have to try it.
We got to try that.
Oh.
We got to try that and then have a podcast.
I love it.
Then we'll be like our friends over at Diz After Dark. They are just never.
I know, I'm still trying to pick out a beverage, but go ahead.
The new Fantasyland expansion is going to be phenomenal. Now, we'll give them 1 day at the Magic Kingdom. What do they have to ride? What can they avoid?
I would say you got to try to nail everything in Fantasyland.
Yes.
At the ages of the kids, I would hit is, if that's your extra magic hour mornings, early mornings.
Right.
I would go there first and try to knock that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you don't want to hit everything but Peter Pan. For some reason, Peter Pan, the lines on that recently, past couple of times we've been there, have been outrageous.
They have been. It
used to be constantly moving, and I suppose maybe it's Fast Pass that did that, but
yeah.
It's such a fun ride.
It is. It's a great ride if your kids are at all into the Peter Pan movie or movies. It's just fun. It's a fun little ride. It's not overly exerting and all of that. It's not a roller coaster, but it's just fun hanging off in the boat there and kind of swinging around. It's great. Yeah, I really like that one. Well, let's go land to land.
Okay.
Let's go Adventureland. Must do Jungle Cruise.
I'm trying to think ages 6 and 11. I would say if you can do Jungle Cruise, I don't think it's a must hit.
No.
Ooh.
See, I got to say must do because it's a Walt ride.
Absolutely.
I'm a big fan of Walt, so anything that he said, let's do this, I got to do it every time I go down. So I'm going to say yes on that.
Okay. We can disagree on that one. I'm just thinking the ages of the kids, it might not be as big a deal for them on that ride.
All right. I'll give you that.
I think you want to hit Pirates.
Okay, Pirates.
I'm sorry, I jumped ahead to Pirates. I think Pirates is a must for everybody.
Yes.
Classic.
Especially, with that. When did they renovate that? A couple of years ago?
4 years ago.
Yeah. It's so much better now. I think it's great.
They did a good job. I know a lot of people were worried when they were adding things to the classic attraction, but they pulled it off.
I was one of them. I was very nervous about that, but it's great.
Yes.
Now I understand that Splash Mountain is open again. They had that down for refurb.
Okay.
And so Splash Mountain, yes.
Yes.
Yes. I agree. Big Thunder.
The kids would love Big Thunder.
I think so too.
That is such a great roller coaster for the whole family.
Now, I've heard rumor that it's down. I'm not sure. We'll have to check on that. I can let her know, but it may be down for refurbishment.
Okay.
They've been working on the queue.
That's true.
So I don't know if it's open yet again. At the time of this podcast, as they say,
That sounds good. Yes.
At the time we're recording this podcast. Back to Adventureland, Aladdin's Magic Carpets.
I'm assuming you've done Dumbo.
Yeah.
Now, if the 6-year-old really wants to do it and you can get on it easily, absolutely. But I would not be in that line for half hour, 40 minutes if it didn't have to be.
No. 10-minute wait max.
Yeah. You can get right on and right off, absolutely.
Right.
But
I agree. Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, come on.
Skip it.
Now you're hating.
I don't hate. I just...
yeah, I agree.
You've got 3 days, and you've got lots of stuff you can see.
Right. I agree with you 100%.
Throw them in a tree in their backyard. It's the same kind of thing.
I like Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse. I enjoy it when we go if we have time. If you have time,
yes.
You're just looking for some time to kill. Like you're waiting for your fast pass maybe for Jungle Cruise to come up. And you don't want to get away from Adventureland. That might be all right, but
I know in August there's nothing I like to do better in 95-degree heat than walk upstairs throughout a tree.
Climbing up a tree. Yeah.
But that's just me.
I agree. So that brings us into Frontierland. We've said yes on Splash, yes on Big Thunder if it's open.
Yes.
Tom Sawyer Island.
I'm going to say no. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But going with the limited time, I would skip.
Yeah, that's another one. It's a time killer.
It is. It's fantastic if you've got the time to explore.
Right. And again, like you said, if it's a cool day, if it's hot over there.
Yes. And if you need to get in air conditioning, it's a little bit of a time before you can get back over in air conditioning somewhere.
Right. Even those caves, you go into the caves and they're a little bit cooler, but it's not anywhere near. Country Bear Jamboree.
That's a tough one for me because you shouldn't have much of a wait, and I'm a fan of the show.
Yeah.
Although I've not seen it since they changed it and shortened it a little bit, but
yeah, I think it's okay.
I would say
I would do it if you can get in quick.
Yeah. I
wouldn't wait too much.
If there's lines everywhere else and you want to see something, I would see it.
Right.
It's another classic.
Yeah, I agree. The steamship.
Again, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's again another
it's just
time
a time
killer. If you've got a whole lot of time, that's a good one. But you're not going to have a whole lot of time.
Right.
So. Haunted Mansion.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to do Haunted Mansion. Even if the kids are a little bit scared of it. I know my son was afraid of Haunted Mansion for when he was little. Mm-hmm. He just covered their eyes.
Yeah,
most of it.
It's mostly fun, scary. It's not.
Right.
It's not terror.
And no matter what, at the end, when that ghost is with you in the doom buggy, that's phenomenal. Even my son, who was a little nervous about the whole situation, loved having the ghost sit.
I think the ghosts are even smiling, from what I kind of recall. It's not nothing.
Yeah, the hitchhiking ghost.
Sure. Yeah.
Where's that bring us?
Well, that should take us to Fantasyland, right?
Fantasyland. You said Peter Pan. I agree. 100%.
You got to do Peter Pan. I think you have to do the whole land if you can.
Yeah, I think you got to do Small World. I love Small World.
You can't not do it.
Yes, you got to have that song stuck in your head.
Sorry, I had to break into a riff there for a second. You know when I get the music in me, how I react.
I do. Yeah, I agree. I think that's just one that you got to have that music stuck in your head.
Yep.
So.
And here's the Small World tip.
Yes.
From Tim Scott to our listeners. If you happen to have size 15 feet,
which you do,
which I do not sit in the very front row.
Oh, yeah.
Because that fiberglass boat thing comes right back to your feet, and I have to turn my feet to the side. And for a long little boat ride, and that gets very uncomfortable.
That can be a very long boat ride if you're uncomfortable.
Otherwise, my legs are hanging over the front getting wet, and security doesn't like that. I'm sorry to throw a little tangent in there.
That's all right. I agree. That front is, because it's got the angle for the boat.
Yes.
I'm the same way, If you're over 5'5", the front is not a place to sit.
Don't do it.
That takes us over to PhilharMagic. You got to do PhilharMagic, I think.
The kids, that is a sensory overload for anybody.
I love that show.
You got the music, you got all the colors, the 3D movie, the I'm not going to spoil anything here. I hope the Smell-O-Vision.
Smell-O-Vision, phenomenal. 4D, it's 4D.
Most people go 3D.
Not Disney.
They get 4D, no extra charge.
That's right. It's fantastic. But I agree with you. I think all of Fantasyland you got to do, and you probably could get on the Dumbo rides a lot easier now.
That's what I've heard.
With the little buzzy thing that will tell you when it's your turn to get on the ride.
Yes, the non-queue queue.
Right. Yeah, and the kids can play in there while you're getting ready.
Is that air conditioned now?
It is air conditioned.
There you go.
Another plus.
Oh.
And so then we go from there. We're going over to Tomorrowland.
Yes.
This one, I know what your answer is going to be.
Hit me.
Stitch.
Wait. Can we backtrack?
Yes.
Mad Tea Party.
I like the Mad Tea Party. Now, my wife can't ride it. She can't ride the teacups because it makes her sick.
We'll go on it, and I'll say, we're not going to spin it, and then I'm the one that ends up spinning it. So I don't know. I don't know what my problem is.
It's just fun. You have to spin.
Yeah,
you see
we'll spin it for a little bit,
and you get excited, and you got to spin it, and then you regret it because you're going, "Oh my gosh, what have I just done?"
That's it. So I'm sorry. You can take us to Tomorrowland.
Okay. Well, let's since we're moving that way, the Speedway.
I don't know if the 6-year-old's old enough to drive.
Right.
That could be a point of contention.
Right. I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
Every time we've done the Speedway, it's very smelly from the gasoline and the carbon monoxide.
It's not the way I pictured tomorrow would be.
It's kind of tough to handle. It's never been a great experience.
No. I mean, I remember when I was little, I was so excited to be able to drive a car.
Yes.
And now I'm like, first of all, the banging back and forth.
Yeah.
The smell of the fumes. It's like walking around Cleveland. You don't need that.
Nope. Hey.
What? Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's the North Coast.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what the tourism division wants.
Right, exactly.
Anyway,
I would say if you can skip it, I would skip it.
Yeah, I'm skipping the Speedway. Space Mountain.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I don't know about for the 6-year-old. Might be a little bumpy for it.
That's true. Could be scary too. It's kind of dark.
Right. So
you might have to split up.
That one you might have to split up. Carousel of Progress.
For me personally, it's always go.
I love Carousel.
A 6 and 11-year-old, you might need to pass it by just for a time. Depends on how your day's going.
Yeah, I agree. I think the kids are going to get a little bit bored there. It's a nice time killer for us. My kids have seen it so many times they like going to it.
Yes.
I forced them into it.
You forced that down their throat.
It's a habit. It's like, biting your fingernails.
Yes.
You shouldn't do it.
But you do it.
But you do it. So, yeah, that's, I'd say Carousel of Progress. And then Stitch, I know your answer.
Not with a 6 and 11-year-old.
No.
I think I've talked about this before on the show. I was outside once and kids were leaving. The one kid cried.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Disney anymore.
Yeah.
But so.
Yeah. Now here's a thought. If you're the 6-year-old likes Stitch, that would be a good time to split up.
Yes, that would be.
11-year-old and a parent go on Space Mountain, and the other parent and the 6-year-old go to Stitch if they're into Stitch.
I like it.
Buzz Lightyear.
Absolutely.
Got to do Buzz.
Without a doubt.
Got to do Buzz.
I know a lot of people aren't into Buzz Lightyear anymore. It's like Toy Story Mania has I don't know, thrown it on the back burner, but I still love the ride.
I like it. It's different than Toy Story Mania.
Yes.
People try and compare the two, and they're not. I think they're different. And I like Buzz just as much as Toy Story.
And can I tell you, I love the big rooms at the end just because it still reminds me of If You Had Wings.
Yeah.
I mean, not to go into my old school Disney fandom, but
yeah.
Still like
You'll have to try and dig that music up.
Oh, there it is. Who'd have thought?
I missed that.
Good times.
And then finally, Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor.
We've had a good time with that.
That is fun. That's a nice place to rest if you're starting to get tired.
And hot.
It's a good place to stop.
And it's kid-oriented.
Right.
It's kind of longer, though. What is it, like a 20-minute show?
I don't even know if it's that long. It's more around 15 minutes, 12, 15 minutes, something like that. Eating at the Castle.
Eating at the castle. We've enjoyed it. It's very expensive. I think I would try, although you don't have much time. You do not have much time. I would try see if you can be our guest.
Be our guest, or let me throw this out.
Hit me.
Try and get the absolute earliest breakfast at Crystal Palace.
We've done that. That's fantastic.
That way you're getting into the park early.
Yes.
Before everybody else. You eat your breakfast, and then you can start to meander through the park.
We've done that. That is excellent.
Yeah. So that's a way to add a little bit extra time.
Now, it's a pricey breakfast.
Yes.
But you kind of know that going in.
It's a character breakfast.
Right.
Yeah, any of the character breakfasts are pricey.
It's beautiful in there, though. I mean, beautiful pictures in there.
Right. So let's move on. What other park are we going to?
I would write off... Are we having the park hopping option, I'm assuming, on the tickets? Do we
Let's
know?
go with no.
No. Oh.
Say no on the park hop.
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. Well, I would definitely do Epcot. I would throw in a day at Epcot.
Yeah.
Because of Turtle Time with Crush.
Yep.
Soarin'.
Yep.
Everyone loves Soarin'.
Everything on the, I don't know if that's east or west, but
that's the west side.
West side?
Yes.
The right-hand side, the land and the sea, all that stuff over there.
Yes.
I like that. You got Nemo. And
Nemo's excellent. It's such a cute ride.
And then you got Soarin'.
Yes.
And I don't know. We haven't. We're going to obviously do the new test track when we go down.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
I've not heard anything about it recently, which is kind of odd.
I think you're skipping Mission Space.
With the kids, we've done the non-spin.
Yeah.
I've only done the non-spin.
Yeah.
If you're not claustrophobic, it's not bad.
Okay. All right. I've done the spin, and it's rough.
Well, you're more of a man than I am.
It's rough. Never look away from that screen.
Okay.
There's a little tip right there, because, man, it'll throw you for a loop. I looked over to see if my kids were okay, and it almost made me puke.
So. Yeah, don't look over.
Don't move your head. Yeah. So, that one's you got to gauge the kids as to whether they can take that kind.
You'll know them better than we do.
Right.
If they're adventurous, you could at least swing the non-spin, I would think.
Right. Figment?
Figment scares me now. I've not done that in the past trip or two, and it's just so sad to go on it now compared to what it was before.
It's not what it was.
I know everybody says that, but it's true.
Yeah, it's not. It's something you can miss if you're short on time.
I miss the upstairs area.
Right. My kids enjoy more the fountains outside.
Yes.
The jumping fountains.
It's so beautiful on the outside.
Yeah.
But it's such a disappointment on the inside.
It's not what it used to be.
And I was thrilled Captain EO came back.
Yeah, Captain EO, yeah.
At one time we were leaving, my daughter, did I say this on the show before? She was like, was Captain EO a boy or a girl?
Yes. Oh, gosh.
My son was laughing. It's like, oh, my goodness.
Awesome. We're not even going to touch that.
No. I don't know what I'd want them to put in there. Maybe just redo Captain EO with somebody else with new effects, maybe?
Yeah, that'd be a good way.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's probably a topic for another show, but...
Yeah. That's a tough one. I'll have to think about that. I was excited to see Captain EO come back, but then after I saw it, it was like, yeah, I remember that. It's dated.
It is.
It is dated. Going around the you got to go around the World Showcase. Check all of that out.
That is one of the things my daughter wants to do.
Yeah,
she just wants to go around, check out the little all the little countries and the music that's playing on. Culture. She's such a culturist. She just loves that kind of thing.
That's great. Smart girl.
Yeah, she went last time. We didn't go all the way around, which we didn't. I think we went to like maybe Norway on the one side, then we went over to maybe an American Adventure through the other side. So I don't think we even hit Germany, and she remembered that. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. I highly recommend if you're going to go Epcot, you got to hit the American Adventure.
Yes,
that thing is phenomenal. It's worth waiting for and watching.
It is
because it's unbelievable.
I mean, I'm wild at not even the pre-show when you're just walking in at that what do they call it, the Hall of Flags.
Yeah,
that is just amazing to me.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's very well done.
Yes,
very well done. So we got one more park to go. We got one more ticket. Do we go back to Magic Kingdom, Do we go back to Epcot? Now, there's 2 other parks. Where are we going?
Well, let's see. We've got the Animal Kingdom, which I'm ruling out.
Okay.
The ages of the children. I mean, they've seen animals probably at the zoo.
You're upsetting Safari Mike.
I know. I'm sorry, Safari Mike. And by the way, we want to have you on the show at some point down the road.
Absolutely.
To share your Animal Kingdom love.
Yes.
But just going with the ages of the kids in your limited time.
Yeah.
If you had a park hopper, I would definitely send you over there for at least part of a day.
Sure, you could hit that because they close at 5 anyway.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then looking at the Hollywood Studios, what would you want to do there with kids? I'm thinking I'd do Toy Story Midway Mania.
Toy Story Midway Mania. You got the new Playhouse Disney stuff over in the animation courtyard.
That's true.
Great movie ride. I like it.
I like it too, but I don't think the kids are going to get the movies.
Care.
No,
right?
I'm ruling that out. I have spoken.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. The hammer just dropped.
All right, I'm going home. Star Tours is a blast. I think the kids would like Star Tours.
Okay, so how many is that the kids are going on?
2.
2?
Little Mermaid.
That's a good show.
Little Mermaid.
That's a good show.
And again, they've got that new Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack Sparrow adventure experience, whatever it is.
Is that a walkthrough?
It's a pseudo walkthrough. I guess you're on a pirate ship and Jack Sparrow shows up.
Oh.
And it's almost like a 3D kind of thing. When we were in California, we did Universal, and they've got the new King Kong where the tram goes into this tunnel. And you put on your 3D glasses, and King Kong is fighting over you.
Okay.
These dinosaurs. Very cool. Spoiler there, but very cool. And it's my understanding it's sort of like that, where all of this activity is going on around you. It's projected, but it's supposed to be pretty cool. So I'm kind of looking forward to checking that out. It's not going to be anything like the Narnia. The Narnia was it was just sad.
Was it?
It was sad.
Another disappointment.
It was. You walked through, you looked at some of the costumes, then you walked into like a soundstage kind of area where there were the pine trees and snow, and then the Snow Queen or the White Witch.
Oh, we've seen snow. No big deal for us in snow.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I will say, if you want to see Fantasmic, then you have to make the studios a day.
Okay, that was going to be my last question.
Oh, okay.
So let me throw that out at you.
Throw it.
You only got the 3 days.
Yes.
What shows do you have to see?
I need to see Illuminations.
Over at Epcot.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Is that what we mean by shows? Nighttime?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Nighttime or day.
Okay. Wishes, absolutely, because you're going to be there for a day. Because you're not leaving the park. Do you have a park hopper? You do not have a park hopper. Oh, let's see.
Phantasmic.
If you're there, absolutely. If you want to see it. I didn't care for it when I saw it once. No, it was a miserable night. It was hot. It was sticky. That could have maybe played part of it. But
Right. I will say this about Phantasmic. I enjoy Phantasmic. After you've seen it a couple of times, you don't necessarily have to go see it again.
Okay.
The show doesn't change very much. Where at least with Wishes, they changed the fireworks show. Right now it's Wishes, but who knows what it's going to be, toward the end of the year.
Right.
Who knows? Okay. So
I will say Main Street Electrical Parade or Spectro Magic, whatever's there by the time.
Yeah.
I guess it's Main Street Electrical Parade still.
Right.
I would see that again in a heartbeat.
That's a good one. My wife loves that.
Now, last time we saw it, maybe you did too, we saw it in Frontierland.
Yes.
It's much more relaxed over there trying to get a space to watch it.
That's a good place to do it because that's where it starts. And that way, while the rest of the park is watching the parade, you can leave.
Doesn't it end there?
No, it ends right on Main Street.
Wow.
I think at least the Christmas one did.
Oh, okay.
The Christmas starts in Frontierland and goes up Main Street.
Either way, that's the place to see it because everybody wants to see it on Main Street.
Yeah.
And then once again, we're getting back to the issue with people and the parades.
Yeah. Listen to episode 13.
It took us so long to get that out. Could you just listen to it twice?
Yeah, that was rough.
We were surprised it took us to 13 episodes to have that kind of a week, though. But we're good. We're good.
So finally, where do you got to eat? there's got to be a place where you say, I have to eat there. Now, we mentioned Crystal Palace, getting in early.
Yes.
At Magic Kingdom, that's a good one. I would avoid the castle because it's so expensive. But where do you have to eat, whether it's in the parks or at one of the resorts?
I know resorts for us lately, we've been Ohana fans for dinner.
Yeah.
I just love that. Grilled meat.
See, I can't, I got nothing because I can't get reservations there. 180 days out or not, I'm not getting any reservations.
We got 5:15 for this August, and it was just yesterday.
Wow.
We set something up for 5:15. It was the only time they had, but it was perfect, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I just tried again. We're going in June.
Yeah, I just check a couple times a day.
Yeah.
Something will pop up.
So.
But
anything else real quick?
If you're in the studios, I like Primetime Cafe.
Primetime's a good one. Sci-Fi Dine-In.
I know that's one of your faves.
That.
Yeah.
We enjoy it. The food's okay. It's not spectacular. But it's food that kids will eat. Burgers and chicken tenders, and that's the stuff that kids are going to eat anyway.
Yes.
I wouldn't go to Brown Derby with my kids.
No.
Because they're not eating that stuff. And I'm spending a ton of money on food that they're not going to eat.
And that doesn't make you a pleasant man. I know how you are.
I'm cheap. I'm cheap. You've said off microphone.
I've called you nasty names. Non-Disney like names.
Well deserved, by the way. And I'm proud of those.
Oh yeah, you didn't disagree with me at all.
No, not at all.
You reaffirmed it.
I am.
Passionately.
I reuse my K-cups for my Keurig when I got it. But hopefully that'll help. Anything else? There's a must-do, must-see downtown Disney area. Anything?
Not with 3 days. I wouldn't bother to go to downtown Disney with 3 days.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd swing by maybe a resort or two, like if it was in the middle of the day, if it was hot, just to get a breakaway.
Right.
But I think you're pretty much park-centric with 3 days.
Yeah. I think you have to.
Yeah.
I think you have to. I agree. Downtown Disney's for one of those days where you don't have anything going.
And don't do tons of shopping in different shops, because most of the shops all have the same thing for the most part.
Right. And a tip for everybody, and I've done this, I know Tim's done this. The beauty of staying at a Disney resort is when you shop, you can just have your merchandise shipped to your room.
Yes.
They will send it right to your room, no charge.
Yep.
So you just give them your room number, your key card, and pay for it, and a couple hours later, it's in your room.
It's fantastic.
So
Excellent.
You're not, carrying bags around. You don't want to wait till the end of the night and try and go through those shops.
No.
Because it is a nightmare.
That's when everybody else is going, we need to get T-shirts.
Exactly. And it gets very parade-like. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like an NBA final where you're getting elbowed under the hoop, man.
You need to wear rib pads because people are just elbowing like crazy trying to get in there.
We did that one Christmas after the Very Merry Christmas party, and oh my gosh, people were going nuts. Everybody huddled around the Very Merry Christmas stuff,
right?
And you couldn't get anywhere near it. Now earlier in the day you could have picked it up with no problem, but so hopefully that helps Kristen and her husband going to Walt Disney World in a week or so.
Hopefully they'll report back and let us know how things went.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely. So I don't have anything else.
I don't either. I think we're good to go.
That's hard to believe.
I know. Who'd have thought?
Who'd have thought we'd have nothing?
It only took about half an hour for us to reach the nothing point. Anyway, if you're a listener, be sure to rate and review us over at the iTunes.
Yes. And
leave some feedback on the Facebook, Twitter.
The Facebook, please join Sean, and Craig in the battle for what to do in one day at Walt Disney World. So
tell us what you've done in one day, because a lot of people maybe go through and I'm just running in the parks. I have an annual pass. I'm going to go in for a day.
Yep. On your way someplace else, or like you're going to do on your way to the cruise, but you want to get down there a day early. What are you doing?
It's a shame to be that close and not go into a park, or at least visit the.
You have to
visit the resort.
You have to.
So that's what we're going to do. So
very good.
I'll keep you abreast of what we're doing.
Cool.
You can follow Bob. He's Resort Loop Bob at Twitter.
At Twitter, I'm twittering my little fingers off, and you're Resort Loop Tim.
That's right. See how we did? We mixed it up there a little bit. We didn't even practice that. Anyway, I think that'll sign us off for this episode number 14 of ResortLoop.com. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collins.
We'll see you later, everybody. Thanks for listening.
See you, everybody.
Ta-da!